This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Alice Gainer. It is hot and sticky today with temperatures that feel like 100 degrees. Here's Elise Finch with a look at the extreme September heat.
Good afternoon. I'm Elise Finch in for John Elliott, and we've got another hot, humid day. 92 degrees. That's our forecast high for today. 79 is what we consider normal. Now, when we talk about the record is 97 degrees. We set that back in 1929, and today's high only 5 degrees shy of that record. That 92-degree temperature will feel much hotter with the humidity, so things are really sizzling out there today, and they're warm and sticky tomorrow. Now, temperatures do drop down to 86 degrees, but with the humidity still, it will likely feel like it's in the 90s. And then as we head into your Thursday, we're actually back to 90 degrees for a forecast high. An afternoon risk of a shower or thunderstorm. In fact, that's a possibility both today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So the instability in the atmosphere gives us a chance to see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms each afternoon. This afternoon, we still have a heat advisory in effect for most of the tri-state area. It went into effect on Monday afternoon. It remains in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. That's because it's going to feel like it's between 95 and 100 degrees. So it's a dangerous combination of heat and humidity. You definitely want to dress for it. You want to use your sunblock, your hat, your sunglasses, drink lots of water, all that good stuff. Now, if you're not into it hot and sticky like what we have on the 7-day forecast, just know if you wait, the weather will change. So hot and sticky today, 92 degrees with the heat advisory. Cooler tomorrow, but still hot with the humidity. By the time we hit the weekend, temperatures will max out in the 70s, and it'll be a little cloudy with a chance of rain.
Thank you, Elise. A fire ripped through a house in Ronkonkoma, Long Island overnight. Neighbors say they heard an explosion, and now one person is missing. CBS2's Clark Foraker is there now with more.
Neighbors say they don't know what exploded, but it's the sound of an explosion that woke them up. Now the house is burned on the front. When they came outside, those neighbors say they knew they needed to call 911, and from their porch across the street say they could feel the fire's heat. When firefighters arrived, flames were shooting out of the roof and windows of this house on Dorchester Road in Ronkonkoma.
3331, we're going to try to attempt the back.
They radioed the home was fully engulfed and they were having trouble finding a safe entry point.
We woke up to an explosion, have no idea what it was. My husband peeked out and saw there was a fire, and I called 911.
Gail Leopold's husband Chuck rushed across the street. He knew two men, a father and son, lived inside the home. The father made it to the door.
The door was open and he was laying. He fell. He was laying in the doorway, so I helped him up and brought him across the street to get him away from there.
The son's whereabouts are unknown, Suffolk County police say. They're not calling that suspicious, but are looking for him.
There was flames everywhere. It was already done.
Chuck began knocking on neighbors' doors, making sure they were awake, worried the fire was so big it could jump to another house.
They were trying to tell me you got to get out because there's a fire next door. You got to be careful if it comes over here.
Neighbors stayed outside watching the fast-moving fire take over the home. Now the fire marshal and arson squad are trying to figure out what started the blaze and why it burned through so much of the house so quickly. The father, who made it out of the house, did have minor injuries. He was taken to a local hospital and is expected to be okay. In Ronkonkoma, I'm Clark Foraker, CBS 2 News.
A Long Island massage therapist is accused of taking advantage of clients. 33-year-old Matthew Widener was arraigned on multiple charges of sexual assault and forcible touching this morning. Suffolk County police say he inappropriately touched 2 women while working at the Charismatic Day Spa on Montauk Highway in Bayport. One incident is said to have happened back in January and the other in August. Widener previously worked at a massage parlor in Smithtown. Police are asking anyone who may have been a victim of his abuse to come forward. Classes kick off at Hofstra University with an alert warning students of a home invasion that occurred near campus. CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff reports.
It's the first day of a new semester here at Hofstra University, and the university has sent out an alert telling all of the student body that there was a home invasion at this house late last night. We spoke with the occupants. They were all sorority sisters home in this house that they rent off campus. When someone came into the side door, which they had inadvertently left unlocked, came up to a bedroom, pointed a gun at one of the girls' head and demanded all of her property. Truly terrifying moments. The girls believe this is random, that they were not targeted, although they admit they do not have window blinds, and it's possible someone saw that they were students and targeted them, thinking that they were affluent and had money. Ironically, they had nothing. They said they only handed over a laptop. Meanwhile, Hofstra University University, alerting students and police as well that the most important thing to do for their safety is to always lock windows and doors. Online, on air, and on Long Island, I'm Carolyn Gussoff.
Happening today, city drivers will have to shell out more money for parking. For the first time since 2013, meter rates are going up. The base increase is 25 cents, but it will be higher in certain areas. Prices are rising in Brooklyn first, beginning today, and continue on a rolling basis across the city. Manhattan rates will go up on October 1st, followed by Queens in November. The Bronx and Staten Island will both see the increase on December 3rd. Classes begin tomorrow for New York City public schools, and speed cameras will be back in operation. This morning, Mayor de Blasio signed the bill restoring the city's school zone speed camera program. The cameras went dark because the state Senate adjourned in June without renewing it. Well, last week, Governor Cuomo signed an executive order declaring the lack of cameras constituted an emergency, endangering the lives of children. Drivers will face $50 fines if they're caught going more than 10 miles per hour over the speed limit in school zones. Summer break over. Classes started for many on Long Island and in New Jersey, where there are a few new rules in place. CBS2's Janelle Burrell has more from Newark.
I'm feeling good.
8-year-old Ashley says she is excited and ready for the start of the 3rd grade at the Hawkins Street School in Newark.
I'm happy because I love science.
It's the official so long to summer, and some admit they are disappointed.
I'm sad a little bit because we gotta get up early in the morning.
But their moms and dads, they could not wait.
We've been waiting for it, the parents especially, back to school.
From Newark to Tenafly, New Jersey, where students return to class as well, kids across the Garden State now have the benefit of a new law mandating at least 20 minutes of recess for all students. There are also new safety measures requiring that all new school buses have 3-point seat belts with across-the-shoulder protection. In Newark, it will be the first full school year the city is in control of the public school system after more than 20 years of state control. Roger Leone is the first superintendent appointed by the school board this summer after years of state appointees. He's a Newark Public Schools graduate.
That there is a brighter future for you.
The city's mayor and superintendent welcoming classes today in the district that has been plagued with poor attendance and test scores. Their goal, turn the numbers around.
Striving really hard every day to have our students achieve beyond those expectations.
In New York, it was back to class for kids too in some parts of Long Island, including Syosset. Regardless of where they attend, one period almost all of the kids say they look forward to most:
lunch.
Now, one thing some were not expecting, the intense heat and humidity today. Here at the Hawkins Street School, these air conditioners, they have been working in overdrive as staff members do the best they can to keep all of the students cool in the classrooms. In Newark, New Jersey, Janelle Burrell, CBS2 News.
Who doesn't love lunch? All right, a startup that didn't exist just 8 years ago may be about to mark a milestone. It could become the largest office tenant in all of Manhattan. WeWork provides shared workspaces for entrepreneurs, tech companies, and other businesses. It's now negotiating a lease in the One World Trade Center building in Lower Manhattan for 200,000 square feet of office space. That would push it past Manhattan's current largest tenant, JP Chase. It's just like the movie says, there is no place like home. A stolen pair of the ruby red slippers used in the iconic film The Wizard of Oz finally recovered. The slippers disappeared from the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids, Michigan back in 2005 when a burglar broke a window in the museum's back door. He made off with the shiny red pair insured for $1 million. The FBI says they got a tip last year that led to the missing shoes. Merriam-Webster trying to keep up with our ever-changing vocabulary by adding hundreds of new words to its online dictionary. A few of the 840 you may know. Hangry, that's anger fueled by hunger. Fintech, those are companies based in the finance sector using new and emerging technologies for banking and lending. Goat, not just an animal anymore. They now admit it's also an abbreviation for greatest of all time. And for you foodies, guac and zoodles are official. Zoodles are those long strips of zucchini made to resemble pasta. And if you think the list is adorbs, you'd be quoting the dictionary. All right, that is your CBS 2 News update. Stay with us on CBSNewYork.com, along with the CBS New York Facebook and Twitter pages for all the latest news as it happens. I'm Alice Gainer. Have a great afternoon.